Yeah, it's time to talk about Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Let's get it. What's up, gamers? Your boy Beast Gamer Kuma here with my review, thoughts, everything you need to know. Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to talk about my initial thoughts, what I like, what I dislike. You know how it goes. Give you an idea of Fire Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. I said Rubicon. I don't know what's on my mind. My eyes acting up. But anyway, let's get into this. So, many of you have been, so far, some of you that I know of are mech fans, just like myself, between Robot Jocks, Gundam, Macross, you name it, Transformers. We are into big robot fighting, and this is the game that finally came back from Software. As you know, the last Armored Core game came out back on the PS3, and we haven't seen a word of it because they've been on this Dark Souls kick. I get it. But I'm glad they brought back Armored Core, even though I felt like since the long hiatus, it definitely could have been a reboot. It didn't need a sequel or anything like that, but that's neither here nor there. It's here, it's what we got to deal with. And yes, there is a storyline that you want to deal with because in this game, it's all about this special material called coral. As you know, we have established interstellar travel in the Armored Core universe, and that means this planet called Rubicon has this special material with unlimited power if utilized correctly. And now, of course, that's going to cause a whole big fight between factions on who's going to control the coral. Here's you come in, an illegal that drops into Rubicon and gets a call sign Raven. And as you go through, you're going to have to fight all things big, small, gigantic, mind you, and it gets crazy. But this is an anime mech fan's fever dream because, oh my god, the speed is incredible. The combat is amazing. The weaponry that you get to customize with. Customization is a big factor to this game, and you can spend hours on making your style of mech. I made 3 different mechs based off of the Liger Zero build, which I have Jaeger, Schneider, and Panzer. I haven't made the base Liger yet, but I will soon. But this is how open-ending. I've seen people make a Kirby freaking mech. I've seen actual Gundams, the Generation 1 Gundam Beam. I've seen creativity up the wazoo, and I love it. Being that made, this game is sweaty as all hell because, oh my god, this is from Software, and you're going to expect a challenge, and a challenge will be met. It took me hours. Well, actually, no, let's not exaggerate. It took me days just to get through Chapter 1 because of the last boss, Altius. But even before that, some people had a trouble with the first helicopter boss. It felt like Ninja Gaiden all over again, where you had to fight the boss and you couldn't progress through the game unless you beat that boss, and that boss was terrible. Mind you, you're in your base mech, so it's nothing like you can do with the base equipment or anything like that. You gotta just figure it out. But that's the best thing about this game. Figuring it out. What works best for you. Yes, there are many other builds out there and guys that can help you out if you are having that much trouble. But there is a certain nostalgia and fun to go through it and figure out, okay, this weapon is not working for me. Maybe this will work. No, this build is not working for me. Maybe there's a much better build because you can go balanced, speedy, or hardcore tank. But I got the best of both worlds, all 3, and I love it. That's the best part about it. And as you go through each mission, you will unlock special logs that'll give you better weapons, but there is a replay mission feature to get you that different ranking and to pick up whatever logs that you didn't get so you can unlock other weaponry or abilities. Mind you, you don't have to worry about that yet. I would say just go through the game because there's New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus to worry about. But you can play at your own pace. But I highly recommend just going through it. That's the best you can. Even though there is a money farm that's very beautiful, which is Attack the Dam. You can just go through that, kill the generators, and you'll get 189k each mission. And speaking of each mission, be mindful of the ammo and repair costs because even though that mission will promise you 335k. Let's just throw a number out there. Depending on what you do in that mission, that money will diminish because you're going to be spending money on ammo and repairs. By the time the mission is done, you'll probably see half that or maybe even less than. Somebody ended up with 0 money. How? I never heard of that before until now, and that's freaking funny to me. they must have used everything in their arsenal. They went through like Homeboy from Tremors.
I am completely out of ammo.
That is so funny. But yeah, honestly, as stressful as this game can be, it's not that bad. You can take a break, come back to it, respect yourself. And the best part about this is, even though it's difficult, the game actually holds your hand. So it's not like the Souls games where you just, oh, you're just done. You just, it's going to rage. This game actually gives you help. After every mission, if you fight in a boss, there's the checkpoint is right before the boss, which is a beautiful thing. And you can have an assembly area where you need to retrospect your mech. Maybe whatever weapons you're working with ain't working. You just want to retool your mech or load in another mech that might work best for you. It lets you do that. And then you just go back in fresh, refreshed, and ready to go. And even gives you a little bit of tips that maybe can help you out in this fight. But other than that, yeah, like I said, it holds your hand and it doesn't at the same time, which is a nice. I like that. It's like it's it's giving you a challenge, but also saying, yeah, you can do it. Don't worry about it. You got this. I mean, it's gonna kick your ass, but you got this. Real talk. Other than that, I don't really. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have that much bad to say, other than people that's probably gonna hate me for not saying anything bad about it. I don't really have a problem with it. You have so much going on in this game, and it feels final. It feels complete. There's no. I haven't run into no glitches. I haven't run into no microtransactions. It's a game. It's just a full-on playable game. And there's other modes to get into. They got a arena mode where you're gonna have to get special chips so you can use those chips to build up your mech even stronger with these OS tuning. And I love it. I have the pulse armor ability, which actually gives you a protection bubble, like when you fought Baltius. Yeah, but he had an EMP's pulse on, which I also unlocked that one too, which comes in handy as well. You get terminal armor, which actually is like a last resort. If you go down to your one HP, it'll put up a protective bubble for a moment of time. You better do something before that happens because these mechs definitely hit hard. So when you go into arena matches, you'll fight different mechs with different abilities, different power ups, different craziness. Skills makes you feel, like I said, makes you feel like you're in a freaking anime. And once you defeat them, not only do you get these chips to use in the OS tuning, you'll get the build of their mech. It's like collecting them, like Mega Man or Pokemon, in a way. So they'll be up in your library. You go into the specs, and you get to see. Hopefully, if you like brought all the pieces that needed to build that mech that you fought against, you can see what they build and see how that works with you. So you get oodles of collective mechs to utilize. Take on Fires of Rubicon your way. Sorry, I had to do it. I was asked to use that voice when I say Fires of Rubicon. Anyway, real talk. In conclusion, the game is freaking phenomenal. I love it. It's beautiful, and I love having a chat with my community and sharing our builds to help us out. It's like I said, not only is the game helping you out, there's a nice community out there that be like, yo, maybe you should try this way. If you ask, remember that it's a key importance. Do not backseat game unless somebody asks you for help. I can't push that narrative enough. But yes, for those of you that went out there, got the game, called it trash, and broke your controllers because you can't, it's unfair and it's too. Listen, it's possible. Take your time with it. You don't even have to rush. You don't have to rush for it unless you're going for the S ranks. Then you could get a speedy Godspeed build like I have to get through that. But other than that, the game is beautiful. It's done very well, and I'm loving the fact that it's complete. There's no BS. There's nothing waiting for DLC updates. It feels finished, and that's what we've been lacking for years. And this game is freaking awesome. I love it. Gave me hurt my shoulder one time, but other than that, real talk. Final thoughts. Get Fires of Rubicon. Armored Core 6 is a great love letter to mech fans out there, anime mech fans out there, and I have to commend From Software for bringing out a complete game. I don't have no clue how long it took y'all to make this game, but you could definitely tell it took them a while, and it is done so superbly beautiful. I want to have rock music in the background if I couldn't be worried about a copyright strike. But other than that, I give Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon 5 perfect beastly paws out of 5. Pick your copy up right now. It's available on Xbox, PlayStation systems, PC via Steam, and there is crossplay for PvP. PvP is kind of weird right now. That's the I would say. Okay, there you go. I got a bad. PvP is where it's only matchmaking. You can't really like team up with a buddy and take on with them. You just gotta get a luck of the draw, and hopefully you with a good group of people. There's 3v3, or you could do 1v1. It's up to you. But yeah, PvP. It's interesting. But other than that, yes, that's my review. That's my thoughts. I hope you enjoy. I hope you check it out. If you are a mech fan, please let me see your builds. We can share each other codes. I made some icons. It's like I said, full customization. You can share builds with other players online with the shared icon. What I did have a little issue with one of them, but I'll figure that out right later on. But other than that, yes, I'll check y'all next time. And hopefully we can fight one another or together on Rubicon. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you all for the support. We are getting there, and it's getting nice. It's getting nice. But I love the support out there. I love the commentary. Good and bad, don't matter. I'll engage whoever, but thank you. And as always, be stout.